Have you ever felt like something very important was trying to reach you, but for some reason, you just couldn't hear it clearly? It's as if a voice is calling you, but it's muffled by everything that's going on around you. Your obligations, demands, disappointments. And in the midst of it all, you don't realize that someone very special is desperately trying to warn you. This message is not ordinary. And Archangel Michael, he is crying. These are not tears of sadness for you. They are tears of urgency, of compassion, of someone who is watching you stray from a path that was so carefully laid out, but which is in danger of being lost because you are not listening. Michael cries out loudly, with all the strength he carries in his wings of protection and light, because something great is coming, and you are so close, but still too distracted to notice. And before I reveal why this is so urgent, let me tell you something you may not know. Someone with a lot of power, a lot of money, and more importantly, someone with deeper spiritual connections than meets the eye has started to notice you. This person didn't just see you, they felt you. Maybe it was by chance. Maybe it was through something you did without even realizing its importance. But the energy you exude caught their attention. And I'm not talking about external beauty, but rather the inner light that, even when dimmed on some days, still shines brightly. This millionaire, who may be someone you don't even know yet, or who has already crossed your path in silence, was impacted by something you carry within you. And that impact left him completely bewildered. Because for someone used to controlling everything, what he felt was lack of control, surprise, revelation. But before continuing this message, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe now. This helps us to continue creating messages that touch your heart deeply. Now continuing the message, Archangel Michael is seeing the signs intensify. And the reason he cries is not because you are not worthy, it is just the opposite. He cries because you deserve so much, but you have accepted so little. You have sabotaged yourself. You have allowed your self-confidence to be eroded by the hurts, emotional debts, and frustrations you have collected over time. And Michael is here to protect you, yes, but also to wake you up. Wake you up to the fact that you are closer to a turning point in your life than you realize. And that if you continue on autopilot, you may miss that turning point. Do you have any idea how much your story has been observed by beings of light who are rooting for your evolution? How much your resistance to receiving is mistaken for a lack of faith? You don't have to do anything impossible. You just need to listen. You just need to stop for a moment and allow yourself to feel. You feel tired. You carry pain that no one sees. You feel a loneliness that no company seems to cure. And all of this has made you disbelieve in the best that the universe has to offer you. But what if I told you that there is a reward being prepared? That the pain you are experiencing now is not punishment, but preparation? You need to know. There is an accumulation of blessings about to descend upon your life, but the inner space needs to be opened first. And Miguel is trying to open that space, even if it takes tears. And about the millionaire. What he saw in you is not what money can buy. It is something that no fortune can replace, truth. He is wondering how you could have gone unnoticed for so long. He is in shock from what he felt. And yes, he will approach you, but it will not be in the conventional way. It will seem like a coincidence, but it will be Miguel in action. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. I accept the truth that comes from above and receive it with an open heart. Now continuing the message. This message has come to you now because there is urgency. Not because of fear, but because there is an opportunity about to knock on your door. And if you're not open, it may go away like so many others that have gone unnoticed. You may think you are not capable of attracting someone so powerful. But that is exactly the lesson. You need to stop measuring yourself by external standards. You need to stop belittling yourself for everything that has gone wrong. You need to remember that the light Miguel gave you at birth cannot be nullified by the mistakes you have made along the way. Do you feel like something is missing? Like everything you do is an uphill battle? It could be in love, finances, or even your zest for life. What I'm about to reveal to you could change everything. Miguel is trying to align his life with a new cycle. And this new cycle involves not only an emotional turnaround, but also a material one. Prosperity, freedom, security, all of this is being sown. But you need to stop fighting yourself. Scarcity is not just about money. Often it is about self-love, peace, true silence, feeling that you belong somewhere. The millionaire is coming, but he is not the final prize. He is just part of a bigger plan to show you that you are worthy of being seen, desired, valued, and surprised. Miguel is crying because time is passing and you need to position yourself spiritually to receive. But that's not all. There is something even deeper going on. What I'm about to tell you may make you look at everything with new eyes. There is something being prepared behind the scenes of your life that involves not only the unexpected, but also the healing. And right now, you may be going through such silent pain that you can't even imagine how such a blessing could fit into your reality. But the angels show me that while you have been crying silently, someone has been thinking about you with an intensity that even he cannot explain. That someone is the key to a change that is not only emotional. It is structural. That millionaire who started noticing you is in a silent spiritual process. He is not just someone who is rich. He is someone who has had everything and lost a lot. He has been deceived, betrayed, used. And now, for the first time in years, something has touched his heart in a way he was not prepared for. This connection between you was not a mistake of fate. It was a realignment. Miguel is trying to put you in this person's field of vision, so that a cycle of healing and prosperity can be activated in both of you. But here's the most delicate point. For this connection to flourish, you need to be willing to let go of the energy of doubt, the fear of not being enough, the idea that you don't deserve more than you already have, are the chains that bind you. And now, before we continue this message, write 111 in the comments to call upon the energy of arrival, of opening paths, and of a new cycle. This will help anchor this energy around you. Miguel also wants to show you that your connection with money has been handled wrong for a long time. You've learned that money comes with effort, that you need to work until you're exhausted to deserve it, that you don't get anything without giving up yourself. And that's exactly where you move away from the flow of abundance. True abundance doesn't require suffering. It requires alignment. This alignment begins when you recognize yourself as someone worthy of living well, of having financial peace, of not having to choose between paying a bill and sleeping peacefully. And this connects with the approach that is coming. This millionaire is not coming to solve your life, but to reflect an internal change that Miguel is provoking in you, the permission to be valued for who you really are. Have you noticed how, in recent days, certain coincidences have been repeating themselves? Names, numbers, sensations that take you by surprise. None of this is by chance. These are signs that the field is being prepared. And maybe you're saying, but why me? Why would someone with so much power be interested in me, who has lost so much, who has no sparkle, who can barely smile for real? And the answer is simple, because your light does not depend on what you have. It depends on who you are, the way you gave yourself in life, even when you were hurt, the way you never stopped loving, even when you were forgotten, the way you continue to believe in good, even when everything seems to be conspiring against you. That's what this person saw. And that's what Archangel Michael wants you to see in yourself. Michael shows me that this person will come closer soon. But it won't be the way you imagine. He's still resisting. He's still trying to understand why he felt so much when he thought of you. And when he finally gives in to that feeling, and he will, you need to be ready, not to mold yourself to what he wants, but to stand firm in who you are. This relationship, if it happens, will not be ordinary. It comes with purpose, with a mission, with healing. But if you continue to live in survival mode, focusing only on what you've lost, what didn't work out, what hurt you, you may not even notice when this opportunity arrives. Miguel is preparing you to receive. But receiving requires a very subtle action. letting go of what weighs you down. Letting go of the old, "I can't do it, nobody looks at me, my life is already set in stone" speech. It's not. The angels show me that this person will approach you with questions. They will try to understand how you think, how you feel, how you react. And your every word will be a revelation to them. That is why the next few days will be crucial. What you do now will be decisive for the type of energy you attract. If you continue to feed fear, scarcity, anger, you reinforce barriers. But if you choose to look at yourself with love, if you allow yourself to believe that something great is coming, you open invisible portals of blessings. And this goes beyond love. It goes to your home, your finances, your relationships, your inner peace. The millionaire is a symbol of this, a reminder that life can surprise you, even after everything. And Miguel won't rest until you hear this with your whole heart. Do you remember the last time you genuinely believed that something really good could happen to you? I'm not talking about a timid expectation, the kind that comes with the fear of disappointment. I'm talking about a silent certainty, the kind that fills your chest even without explanation. A confidence that comes from deep within your soul and tells you something good is coming. And it's for me. If you've ever felt this way, but lost your way amid life's stumbles, know that the angels understand. They saw every tear that fell when you gave up. They saw every time you smiled trying to hide the pain, every time you kept quiet to avoid another conflict, every time you gave in when you deserved to be welcomed. And yet, you are here. Do you know what that means? It means that there is something much greater sustaining you, even when everything seems to have fallen apart. Archangel Michael has been fighting for you, even when you didn't feel strong enough to ask for help. He was that gentle breeze that made you breathe deeply in the midst of crisis. He was that feeling that stopped you from making the wrong decision. He was that intuition that made you step back seconds before you were hurt. And now he's more active than ever, because there is an urgent call coming from above. An invisible but powerful movement that involves not only your emotional life, but also everything you thought would never be fixed. Your finances, your family ties, your future. Before continuing with the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to subscribe now. This helps us continue to bring messages that touch your essence and help so many other people who, like you, need to rediscover hope. Now continuing with the message. The angels show that this millionaire, this figure who appeared out of nowhere in your energy field, is not here to be just a beautiful story. He is a reflection of what you began to emit, even without realizing it. Behind the tiredness and exhaustion, there is something in you that continues to emit light. A timid but resilient light. A force that, although shaken, still pulses. And that force is attracting attention from people, opportunities, spiritual connections. This man saw something in you that no one else saw. It's not the way you talk or the way you look. It's what you hold inside. The amount of love you have given without receiving anything in return. The amount of care you have offered even when no one cared for you. And now, the universe is starting to give back. But this return comes in subtle ways. It requires you to be awake, conscious, ready to receive, not just to give. You've spent your whole life giving, letting go, giving of yourself, and it wasn't in vain. But now it's time to tip the scales, and the pain you're feeling right now. That feeling that something is about to change, but you don't know what. That restlessness that comes at night when everything is quiet, but your heart beats faster. That's Miguel preparing you. It's as if he's saying to you, "Daughter, stop chasing after those who don't see you. Turn your gaze to those who are truly being sent to you." This millionaire may seem out of your league. He may seem distant, but that's where the mystery lies, because he represents everything you thought you weren't meant to have. Stability, care, attention, emotional and financial security. He represents a universe where you can rest, not just resist. But to do that, you need to stop hiding behind your pain. You need to stop using your frustrations as protection. Have you been hurt? Yes. Have you been forgotten? Many times. Have you been used, ignored, underestimated? Yes, but that doesn't define who you are. It only defines the kind of people who have crossed your path so far. And that's why this new energy that's coming is so surprising. Because it comes from someone who sees you, who doesn't need long explanations, who feels without you having to say anything. Miguel cries because there is still time. But you need to be ready. You need to stop thinking that you have to solve everything on your own. You need to understand that asking for help, whether from the heavens or from those who cross your path, is an act of courage, not weakness. And now pay attention. You will begin to notice small signs. This man may appear discreetly. He may be someone who says something simple, but that touches you deeply. He may come up in an unexpected conversation, in a random situation. But when it happens, you will feel something different. A vibration that cannot be mistaken, a warmth in your chest, a silence that screams inside. The angels say that he is also being prepared, because this connection will not be ordinary. It will be healing for him too. He carries pain he has never shared. He has been betrayed by people he trusted. He has learned to hide his feelings to maintain control. But now he wants something real. And that is why he is open to seeing you. Not the wounded woman, but the real woman. The one who loves, who fights, who cares, who dreams. And if you're ready to show who you are, without hiding, without apologizing for existing, then the meeting will happen. Miguel hasn't revealed what will happen after that, because it depends on you. It depends on how much you're willing to believe that life can surprise you. And the question remains, are you? Have you ever felt that everything you were experiencing didn't make sense, but you kept going anyway? Even without understanding, even without seeing a way out. Something inside you kept you going, even if it was by a thread. That's what Miguel wants to talk about now, because he knows you're tired. It's not just physical tiredness, it's soul tiredness. From carrying more than you can, of pretending that everything is fine when inside you are falling apart, of smiling so as not to worry anyone, when all you wanted to do was scream for help. And that silent scream, he heard it. It was that scream that touched the heavens so intensely that it shook the structures around him. And because of that, what seemed impossible began to move. A path began to open up, not with explosions and loud miracles, but with subtle, almost imperceptible gestures. And what you need to understand is that this man, the millionaire who will come into your life, is part of that plan. He's not coming to save you. That's not what this is about. But he is coming as an answer, as a living manifestation of something you have deserved for a long time. To be treated with respect, with affection, with care. To be valued not for what you can offer, but simply for existing. But there is one detail that Miguel insists on pointing out. You need to be careful not to sabotage this moment. Because of everything you have been through, you have learned to be suspicious, to expect the worst, to believe that when something good happens, a fall will soon follow. This is not your fault. It is a reflection of everything you have been taught, of what has been done to you. But now it is time to reverse this. You are being placed in a position of choice. You can continue to relive what hurt you, or you can allow the new to enter. And the new, my soul, is scary, because it is unknown. But it is in the unknown that a new beginning lies. Miguel also shows that this man is not a distant and unattainable figure. He may be closer than you think. Maybe you've already crossed his path. Maybe you've already felt his energy. He's watching, trying to understand why, even though he has so much, he still feels an emptiness that only intensifies. And you, without knowing it, are the answer to that emptiness. Have you ever wondered why you feel that there is something different about you, even though you can't explain what it is? It's because there is. There is a light that doesn't go out, even when everything seems dark. There is a strength that comes from within, even when the world tries to weaken you. And that ... that doesn't go unnoticed. You may think you are invisible, But the spiritual world is watching you. And more than that, it's taking action. Miguel is making connections, arranging encounters, preparing scenarios. And not just with this man, but with people, situations, and opportunities that will change your life in many areas, including your finances. Yes, we need to talk about this. Because behind much of your suffering is scarcity. Not just money, but security, peace, stability. You've spent too much time balancing plates, trying to make a little go a long way, prioritizing everyone but yourself. And that has made you sick in ways that aren't always visible. But now the cycle is changing. The angels show that a financial turnaround is coming. But it won't come by luck or chance. It will come when you position yourself spiritually to receive it. When you stop feeling guilty for wanting more. When you stop associating wealth with pain or the fear of being judged. Prosperity is your right. And it comes along with this energy that is being released now. The approach of this man is a spiritual trigger to unlock blessings in various areas of your life. Because when you start seeing yourself through the eyes of someone who values you, you will stop hiding from what you deserve. And that, in itself, changes everything. Miguel wants you to know that there will be tests. Yes, there will be. Because when something very good comes along, opposing forces also try to act. Maybe someone from the past will show up, trying to confuse your mind. Maybe old fears will surface, trying to convince you that this is too good to be true. But you are no longer alone. You have protection. You have direction. You have choice. And the choice now is between staying in the pain you already know, or allowing yourself to risk the lightness of a love you've never experienced before. That lightness will scare you, because you're used to the weight. You're used to relationships where you have to explain yourself all the time, beg for attention, be less to fit into someone else's world. But this man, he comes to remind you that you should never have diminished yourself. He will watch you in silence at first. He will test you with gestures. He will want to know if you are real or just another fantasy attracted by money. And that's when you will surprise him by being exactly who you are. No masks, no pretense, no games. You've suffered too much to keep playing roles. Now it's time to live the truth. And if that truth is hard at first, that's okay. Miguel will be with you. He already is. And he won't let go of your hand. What's coming will transform you. Not just because of this man's presence, but because of what he will awaken in you. It will remind you of old dreams, of parts of yourself that were dormant. It will show you that there is still time, that there is still beauty, tenderness, admiration, touch, care, that there are still sincere smiles and looks that speak without saying a word. But that's not all. Something even deeper is coming. Have you ever had that feeling that something very important was about to happen, but you couldn't explain why? It was as if the universe was holding its breath, as if things around you were about to change, but without fanfare, without noise, only with signs that only those who are awake can perceive. This is how angels show you your current moment. There is a new energy surrounding your life, but it doesn't come in violently. It asks for permission. It knocks on the door. And if you're too busy trying to keep the old pains alive, you may not notice. But Miguel is insisting, because he knows you're ready. Not ready because you've overcome everything, but ready because, even though you're afraid, you still believe. And that's enough. And now it's time for you to look inside yourself with more honesty. Because, as much as the spiritual world is moving everything in your favor, if there is still resistance within you, miracles will remain at the door. The millionaire who is about to approach you, and he is already much closer than you think, carries not only financial power, but also a complex emotional history. He too has been disappointed. He too has been used. He too has learned to hide his feelings so as not to be hurt again. And when he encounters your energy, the impact will be immediate. But the question Miguel wants you to think about is, are you ready to be seen for who you really are? Being seen for who you really are hurts, because it means letting go of the persona you created to survive. It means admitting that you also need affection, care, and support. And that, for a long time, you thought giving was more noble than receiving. But it's not. Giving and receiving are part of the same flow. When you only give, you empty yourself. When you only receive, you become complacent. But when you allow the exchange to happen in balance, you flourish. And that exchange is coming. It approaches like a calm wind before a storm of blessings. But beware, it does not come just to please. It comes to transform. And transformation, my soul, is a process that requires courage. This man may seem out of reach today, but Miguel insists on saying, he is more accessible than you think. Because what connects you is not a number in a bank account, it is a frequency, an energy, a purpose. And that energy is becoming more and more attuned. Have you noticed how some people have disappeared from your life? How certain bonds have lost their meaning? This is not abandonment, it is alignment. What does not support your new phase is being carefully removed, to make room, to clear the field, to allow the new to enter without stumbling over old debris. And amid these silent changes, a portal is opening. It's not an ordinary portal. It comes with a bold proposal, to put you in front of everything you thought you would never have. Mutual love, emotional stability, recognition, support, eyes that see you without you having to explain yourself. What's more, it comes with opportunities that involve real financial growth. Not quick gains, not empty promises, but structure, foundation, solidity. Maybe you never learned how to handle money. Maybe life made you believe that you were born to live on the edge, that your destiny was to survive. But Miguel is here to tell you that's not true. You were born to live well, with dignity, with security, with peace. But that requires forgiveness, including forgiveness of yourself. You need to stop blaming yourself for the choices you made in the past, for your naivety, your neediness, your failures. All of that has taught you. And now now you are stronger. Not in the sense of being tough, but in the sense of knowing what you deserve. And that is what will guide your decisions from now on. This man will come. He will approach you. He will try to understand you. He is sensitive, even if he tries to appear rational. And he wants someone who brings truth, not appearances. He wants someone who knows how to laugh at their own pain. Someone who has scars, but still dreams. Someone who is afraid, but still allows themselves to love. Do you fit that description? If so, get ready. Because his approach will be so unexpected that you'll wonder if you're living a dream. But it will be real. It could be a chance encounter, a conversation that starts out of nowhere, a look that lasts longer than it should. It could be a message, a phone call, a coincidence you won't be able to ignore. And when it happens, Miguel wants you to remember this. Don't run away. You have a habit of doubting what is good, of thinking you are being tested, that you will lose again. But this time, what is coming is healing. Yes, it will stir up your fears. It will activate your insecurities. But it will also teach you that true love does not require perfection. It requires presence. And he will be present. He'll want to know how you are. He'll listen to you carefully. He'll look at you like no one has ever looked at you before. Because to him, you won't be a distraction. You'll be the answer. But that's not all. There's something even more surprising to come. Are you ready for this? What's about to happen in your life won't just be surprising. It will be healing. Miguel shows me intense images. Images of you, in moments of silence, when you held back tears so you wouldn't seem weak. When you said everything was fine, even when you wanted to break down. He saw every moment of it. And he cried with you. Yes, he cried. But not out of despair. Miguel's tears are tears of urgency. They are the tears of someone who knows that you have endured more than you should have. That you have carried burdens that were not yours to bear. That you had to grow up emotionally too quickly. And yet, you continued to love, and the love you carry is rare. That is why it needs to be protected. That is why right now, The universe is moving so strongly to take you out of cycles that make you sick and put you where you will be cared for. But there is a secret I need to tell you. This man who is about to enter or re-enter your life carries a spiritual mission with you. He is not just someone who saw you, found you interesting, and wants to get to know you better. He is someone who has been led to you, guided, driven by an energy that he himself does not yet understand. And this energy did not just appear now. It has existed for a long time, perhaps in past lives, perhaps on the spiritual plane, even before you met here. But the truth is that there is a bond between you that goes beyond matter, beyond time, beyond reason. And he felt it. He felt it without being able to explain it. He felt it when he saw a gesture you made, when he heard something you said, when he was impacted by something you carry, even if silently. And it unsettled him. Because men like him, accustomed to dominating everything around them, calculating risks and controlling outcomes, don't know how to deal with what throws them off balance. And you threw him off balance, but not by force. On the contrary, by your sweetness, your truth, your pure soul. And now he is torn. Part of him wants to run to you. Another part tries to understand what he is feeling. He is afraid to give himself up. He is afraid of losing himself. Because, as he gets closer to you, he knows he can no longer pretend that he feels little. And the most beautiful thing about it all? You didn't have to make an effort. You didn't have to show off. You didn't have to lower yourself. You just were yourself. And that was enough. But Miguel shows me that the biggest challenge won't be between the two of you. It will be within you. Because when he comes, and he will come, you will feel afraid. You will think, is it true? Will he hurt me too? Will he leave like all the others? And Miguel tells me to remind you, this is not a repeat. It's a response. But for you to receive this clearly, something important needs to happen. You need to emotionally end what has already ended in practice. You know that person who still occupies space in your mind, even though they're no longer in your life? That bond you maintain with pain, hurt, memories of broken promises? That needs to end now. Because where there are remnants of the old, the new hesitates to enter. And Miguel is here, ready to cut away with his sword everything that binds you to what no longer serves you. But he can't do it alone. He needs your yes. He needs your permission. Are you willing to let go? Let go of control, fear, pride. The idea that you already know the end of the story before it begins. If so, something powerful will move. This man will feel it. He will feel that the path is clear. That he can come closer. That you are no longer fighting against what you want. And when he comes, he will come clearly. Not with empty promises, but with actions, with presence, with real interest, with emotional availability. Maybe he won't know how to express himself properly at first. Maybe his words will be more rational than romantic. But pay attention to his gestures, to his questions, to the way he listens to you, the time he invests, the care he shows without fanfare. And you, my soul, need to be attentive, so as not to confuse calmness with disinterest, so as not to think that the absence of drama is coldness, because this man will not come to cause chaos. He will come to bring peace. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for a love that doesn't hurt? For an exchange that doesn't run out? For a relationship that doesn't demand proof all the time? If your answer is yes, start positioning yourself right now. Organize your emotional home. Clean out the drawers of your soul. Remove from your routine anything that only takes up space. Include habits that bring light. Talk to your angels. Pray, if that is your faith. Write down what you feel. Listen to your intuition. Feel your truth, because when you start moving toward what you deserve, the universe speeds everything up. And Miguel tells you that time has come. A time when you will no longer need to chase after things. A time when you will be sought after, desired, honored. A time when your pain will be heard and respected. When your silence will be welcomed. When your dreams will be taken seriously. And more than that, a time when your prosperity will be natural. Because when love arrives with truth, It opens doors in all areas. Have you ever imagined having someone by your side who not only loves you, but also believes in your potential? Who wants to see you grow, flourish, and succeed? That someone is coming, and they will come at the right time, which may be sooner than you think, because Miguel is speeding up the process. He's arranging encounters. He's conducting everything with perfection. But that's not all. There is one final revelation you need to know. You are about to experience such a decisive moment that, when it happens, nothing will ever be the same again. Miguel shows me that your soul is vibrating at a frequency that is finally compatible with what you have been waiting for. And you may not even realize it yet, because you are so used to living on high alert, always expecting the worst, protecting your heart like someone protecting a poorly healed wound. But now it's time to stop protecting yourself from what has come to heal you. The love that is approaching, and that Miguel has confirmed is true, will not be a distraction. It will come as a purpose. An encounter that is not born out of need, but out of merit. A bond that does not depend on anyone's approval, only on the courage of both of you to live what you feel. And that courage, it starts with you. This man who noticed you, who was struck by your presence, will approach you soon. It may not seem like a fairy tale. He may not come riding in on a white horse, nor will he bring flowers on the first date. But he will bring something that no one has brought before: truth. And the truth, sometimes, is scary, because it forces us to step out of the role of victim. It invites us to take ownership of what we want. And most importantly, it reminds us that we are responsible for our own happiness. Are you ready for that? Ready to let go of your fear of being loved? Ready to drop your armor and just feel? Because when he arrives, he won't just want your company. He'll want your essence, your story, your silences and your scars. And if you accept that, you'll discover that all the suffering you've experienced wasn't in vain. It was preparation. It was strengthening. It was refinement. But there's something else you need to know. This connection that is emerging can transform not only your emotional life, but also your financial life. Because this man brings with him an energy of structure, of solid foundations. He may be someone who opens doors, who introduces you to possibilities, who shares ideas and opportunities. And no, this is not self-interest. This is partnership. Miguel shows that your union has the potential to thrive in all areas. Not because he has money, but because together you activate an energy of multiplication. And for that to flourish, you need to stop diminishing yourself. You need to stop thinking that you are accepting someone better than you. You are not being chosen by chance. You are being recognized, valued, finally seen. And that vision is spiritual. It's soul seeing soul. It's like finding light. Yes, you had to wait. You had to swallow many tears, accept many no's, deal with a lot of rejection. But that didn't break you. It made you stronger. And now you are whole. Whole to live a love that doesn't require you to break into pieces to fit. Miguel wants you to know that this encounter could happen at any moment. It could be an unexpected invitation, a message that arrives, a situation where you would never imagine meeting someone special. And when it happens, don't overthink it. Just feel it. Feel if his gaze welcomes you. If the way he talks gives you peace. If the energy he gives off calms you or disturbs you. Because true love brings peace. It doesn't mess with your head. It organizes your heart. And this man will do that. He may not know exactly what's going on between you. It may even take him a while to understand the depth of his feelings. But he will feel it. And when he does, there will be no way to ignore it. You will be like a compass to him. And he will be a safe haven for you. And the question now is, are you ready to let yourself go? Because from here on out, you won't have to search anymore. You will be found. But make no mistake, this is only the beginning. From the moment that connection is sealed, many other areas of your life will begin to align. What was stuck will begin to flow. What seemed lost will be found again. What seemed impossible will become reality. Miguel shows me opportunities coming my way. New projects, people who admire you, invitations that involve growth. And all this because you will finally be vibrating at the right frequency, that of deservingness. And if for a moment you feel confused or afraid, talk to him. Talk to Miguel. Ask for clarity. He is by your side. He is the guardian of your truth. And he would never leave you alone now that you are so close to living everything you have ever dreamed of. And if this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I accept to live what heaven has prepared for me." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.